bother telling me what I got coming in the morning. I already know. I got some feel-good pills and a red Gatorade by my bed, ready to go. I'm gonna do my best to dance with every girl in this bar before they shut it down. Then I'll pay my tab, climb in a cab, heading to a spot downtown. It's all about tonight, good times and the music and laughing and grooving to the at the family table. So please come on in. When your work is done, go ahead and wash your hands. Gather around with everyone, making memories round this 9-foot pie. No other place can ease your mind like a family table. Family table. Like a family table. Family table.
Yeah.
What is going on,
Howdy,
people?
howdy.
We are Triple Addiction, and welcome to our supper table. Welcome for dinner.
Welcome to the family table.
This is something that I've been trying to get the guys to do for a really long time. I'm super excited that this finally happened. We're starting a podcast, everybody. We're gonna take one of the Twitch days that we have 3 days a week and kind of resort it to doing a podcast. And I couldn't be more excited, especially to do it with these guys too. So how you guys doing?
Good.
Doing
Good.
fantastic. Found
hey,
out.
Hey, hi. Sorry about whatever that sound problem was. I'm not sure what that was.
So it was with the music it was distorted?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe.
Maybe it was too loud. Maybe your output on your phone was a little too loud. We'd have
okay.
to turn it up
Yeah.
in the mix. But whatever, we'll fix it
And
later.
I'll do
that's
that.
and that's the thing too. Like, this is the first ever podcast that we're doing, and we're doing it with
Turn yourself down.
Yeah.
And then,
So we're doing it with the same setup that we were doing for the live stream. So if there are any problems while we're doing this, please let us know. We'll correct it for the next time, and it'll be better each and every time. And like I said, this is something I've been thinking about doing ever since we took a trip to Nashville. About 3 years ago for our 21st. Seems like it was forever ago, but
It was crazy.
we were talking to one of the radio hosts, and she knew that I was going to school for communications. And when we were talking about things to do, maybe possibly get an internship for me, she said, well, why don't you guys do a podcast between the three of you?
Yep.
And I said, that is an awesome idea. And, people really enjoy what we have to say with everybody. But,
Can you make Brandon louder? Here, I'll do it on there. Here.
Yeah.
okay.
Got it. Check.
And that's the other thing, too.
Yo.
Check.
You just got to turn it down on the phone.
Check.
Yeah,
Check.
The mic that I'm using is different than my brother's. This is like a podcast headset that I got about a couple months ago. So, if there's any problems with it, my brothers are using actual mics.
Too much twang. We good now.
Okay, cool.
We're good.
Once we went down to Nashville, I kind of said, guys, we should definitely do this idea. And we were more focused on building ourselves as musicians first. And now that we kind of established a little bit of that, we're starting something else and seeing kind of podcast time.
Everybody's doing a podcast.
Well, and even too, especially during the quarantine, this is
it.
This is awesome.
What else are we gonna do?
Yeah.
And normally we wouldn't have food like we had planned, but it is Good Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and we are trying to exercise our fasting.
Exactly.
Gotta fast. So
we set
water.
the table.
We set the table, not having any food. But as far as the Twitch things go, I don't know if you can see the. We are getting there. I think it says 38 right now, but we have 40 followers. We're 10 off.
Yeah.
10 away, man.
Off from 50. So if you have a friend, you have a cousin, relative, great uncle from Minnesota, anything like that would really help us achieve that goal. Because by the 20th, which is 10 days away, 21st, we have to have 50 followers. Otherwise, the whole thing resets. And we don't get the affiliate status that we want. And we've been working so hard
Exactly.
to get this Twitch thing running. It would be a shame for us to come all this way and then have to do it again for the next month. So if we can hit those 50 followers, that would be superb. And I'll give each one of you a hug once this quarantine's over.
That would be amazing.
That'd be awesome. So, like John was talking about, we're going to be doing this and the live stream and all that. So,
we're doing the music thing.
Yeah, exactly.
This podcast is just an idea for one of the days that we have because, playing our songs 3 days a week, it's a lot. Not as far as us, but for you guys, hearing, the same set list over and over again. Let's try something different.
Exactly.
That's why we got the Family Table podcast.
Exactly. And, we're going to have, hopefully in the future, we're going to have different guests. Like we're getting things kind of lined up for the next couple of weeks. Just different ideas between the three of us. Maybe have rotating hosts. Like for me, I'm the host of this episode. And then
That's why he has the headset.
exactly.
The
This is
host headset.
The host headset.
Do I get to wear the headset next?
I think so. Maybe. We'll see. So we'll rotate some hosts, come up with different ideas and different things.
We
and
got
then
games.
And then maybe once the quarantine's over, we'll have some music performances too. We'll have a couple people come in from, the local music scene who we know and, express their music and kind of get to know them. And then also they get to know us and then we grow our audiences together. So I think, it's definitely a great little thing we got going on. So what we'll do is we'll start, like I said, since I'm hosting, we'll act like these two guys, they're my guests for today. I know them really well, but maybe you guys don't know them really well. So we'll start kind of with every show if we have somebody new, and we'll start with 3 things, little fun facts that the viewers out there should know about you guys. So, John, we'll start with you. What are some 3? You want me to go with Chris?
Yeah, go with Chris.
All right.
3 fun facts.
3 fun facts about Chris Laurie.
Since we are doing the triple thing, and it is National Siblings Day.
Oh, yeah.
So happy National Siblings Day
you
to all you,
guys. Hey.
to all you brothers and
What?
sisters out
What
there.
the heck was
Just
that?
a little shoulder hug.
Oh, that was awkward. Happy National Sibling. Doesn't that just make you feel weird?
Yeah.
Happy National Siblings Day to you there, brother.
Ew.
We're yeah. So
Fun
we
facts,
hope
Chris.
that
All right.
that
So,
you
so
and your siblings are
and
celebrating.
my mic is acting weird, so you go.
All right, so 3 fun facts. Jeez. Okay, so obviously for anybody that's just tuning in that doesn't know us well or whatever, we're Triple Addiction. We're a band. We all, we've been a band for a while. We primarily do country, southern rock, that genre of music. But maybe you don't know us individually, and that is where this thing
That's
comes in.
that's the whole purpose.
I feel like you're stalling time because you don't know what to say.
Yeah. So, and the purpose of all of this would be for me to talk about my 3 fun facts. And those 3 fun facts, if I could talk about them, would probably be something.
You want me to give you one?
like
No, I got it. I got it. Okay, so 3 fun facts outside of music, outside of drumming, right? Or can it be music
it could be music related, but things that maybe people don't really know about
okay.
John Laurie.
All right, I got 2 at least. No, I've got 3. Number one, I love fishing. Tomorrow is opening day for trout fishing, even though apparently the state made it so that you could fish 10 days ago. Nobody told me. So, who are you people? I don't know.
Nice reference.
Fishing, opening day tomorrow. I love fishing, and when I do get a second in the summer, usually I'm a spring to summer fisherman, so I love fishing in the summer. That's number 1. Love to do that. Anytime I can get an early morning, I go. Second fun fact, I love board games. Gotta say. I think I have
No
an extensive
way.
board game collection. Krausman, now here's the thing. Am I a nerd about it? I'd argue no, but
I'd say yes.
okay, Chris would say yes, but because I play like difficult board games that aren't just like Uno, so I like a good wholesome board game. So I spend a decent amount on board games.
Yeah, I would say so.
A year, and then the one thing that has won homework board game, yeah. The one thing that has won my heart the chicken pot pie. Love a really good. I am an avid chicken pot pie consumer.
He's actually really like no joke.
Connoisseur.
No joke. John is actually really good at making chicken pot pies.
I make homemade, but I also go to restaurants and try their chicken pot pie. I've had all the frozen ones that you can think of.
Yeah.
Whenever I see a place that has one, I have to buy it. And Uno is a card game, and it is awesome. I'm not dissing Uno. I'm more so dissing Chris because he calls all of the board games that I like to play Homework the board game because they have a lot of rules and you have to like read up on it in order. Now I'm not into the Dungeons and Dragons thing, and that's not for me. But Craftsman doesn't like.
That's like
long
extra
board
credit.
Games. That's extra
the
credit.
Board game.
The board game. But a good chicken pot pie is where my heart is.
Nice.
All right, so I will say that I'm not downing games because they make you think too hard. Like I'm all for Candyland, Chutes and Ladders,
Mousetrap.
Mousetrap. Mousetrap's a little difficult.
I wanted to play Mousetrap. You roll your dice, you move your mice, nobody gets hurt.
No one ever in the history has gotten hurt from Mousetrap.
Mousetrap. Chris, what are your 3 fun facts people should know about you?
Let's see. Like John, I love the outdoors. Like I love just barbecuing outside, going for a hike. I like going right up in Hillsborough. We have this
we
reserve.
All have plates in front of us, by the way.
Oh,
sorry.
Yeah, yes we do. But so we go hiking up in the Sauerland Mountains a lot, Watchung Reservation and all that. But just love, being outside. Let's see. That's not really a fun fact.
No,
though.
that's a good fun
Yeah,
fact.
it's pretty
People
fun.
wouldn't know it.
Yeah.
I mean, based upon
Like,
your outfit, I could guess that you like to go outside.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Carhartt beanie.
Yeah.
Am I a student, forklift operator, or I forgot what the other one was,
Mechanic?
but you just never know.
You never know with a Carhartt.
Let's see. Kevin of Minnesota said something. All right, well, I will just move on to the next thing instead of stalling again. No, that was the first.
Oh, that was the first.
Yeah.
Okay,
the second one, I can't read. Not that I'm illiterate.
I didn't know that.
Not that I
didn't know that either.
Not that I physically can't read.
Oh, it's the other version.
It's like I cannot
focus.
Read. I cannot focus on a book.
Okay.
And read it beginning to end. I can only read I read the Bible. That to me is easy, but everything else
that's
is
so
literally
funny that
impossible.
The one book that's like,
you
the
have to
early
look for the meaning.
First century of writing that has so many like big words and
it's not straightforward.
You'd have to read it with a Bible lens, But that is cool for you.
Yeah.
But like just a what
it's not only cool.
You couldn't read
it's
Harry
exciting.
Potter.
No, yeah.
Just
Harry
couldn't
Potter.
focus on it. Yeah. I get
Gibberish.
Yeah. Third fun fact.
Third fun fact. I even wrote these down too. Not about to check my phone notes. Totally forget the other one. Let's see. Can't read. Oh, I know what it is, and I didn't even write it down. I'm mediocre at absolutely everything.
That is
a
the
fact.
truth.
Like barbecuing, mediocre. I'm not a master cook by any means, and I made shrimp scampi last night, which was
it was really good.
It's not from a high class Italian restaurant, but man,
it was very close.
It was passable.
Mm-hmm.
And with skateboarding, I can ollie. With surfing, I could catch a wave. Am I, hitting up the Nars every single day? No.
I hit the lip and I was like,
I got pitied, so pitied.
Go ahead.
Look up that video.
You have to. Was it Surfer Dude or something?
It's
just
literally
look up
called
Surfer Dude on YouTube. You'll find him. It's hilarious.
Yeah. And literally everything I am so mediocre at, but man, I could do it to the best of my mediocre ability.
That just means that you're not bad at anything. You're just mediocre.
Yeah,
it's good to be okay.
It's like if you asked me if I've had experience doing this one thing, yard work with doing whenever I work at Kayla's grandma's house, she's doing handyman stuff. She's like, could you do it? And I'm like, yeah, I could watch a YouTube video and figure it out.
It's
And
not like you extensively
Am I
studied.
am I a contractor?
No.
No, but man, I could do it for like a cheap buck.
A sawbuck.
Ooh,
Sibling
happy
day.
sibling day. Oh. That's got to end. All right, guys, good live stream. I'll see you guys later.
Well, I mean,
What is your legacy?
Wait, now you guys say your 3 fun facts. I
Three
know
fun
you're
facts?
hosting, but like, we all went around. That's siblings day.
all
Let's
right,
share it.
yeah, I'll do one fun fact about kind of like the podcast, like kind of coming up with the name of the podcast, Family Table. Of course, we're family and stuff, so kind of relating it to that, I wanted to focus on kind of that being the center of the podcast, but also too, when you come home from a hard day's work, you come home and when you have dinner with your family, there's no phones, there's no nothing, just you guys eating dinner and just talking about your day. And I think that's really kind of what we're about, and especially with our music too.
Right.
Family first, and then everything else second. Let's see. Second fun fact: graduating this year. If people didn't know, I was still in college, senior year, and of course because of the coronavirus, I can't walk for graduation. I was gonna kind of be like rubbing in your faces
Yeah,
a little
now
bit.
you can't.
Now I
Now
can't.
you can't.
Virtually I can. So yeah, graduating this year, getting my degree in journalism and media, which is kind of why I have an interest in doing this podcast and everything too. And then third fun fact, I had long hair when I was younger.
Oh, you should have set this up because I could have easily pulled up a picture.
If you need a
Oh.
reference, it is
think I
that
might.
guy right here. And how I knew that you were gonna say that, I don't know. But your
Mm.
hair was something like that, but not pink.
Yeah, it
Somebody
was.
said congratulations, and I don't think that was for the long hair. I think it was for the college.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, there's still a
Um,
little delay between us and you, but
Yeah, the long hair thing. John will try and pull something up for you guys if he can, even if it gets
I
to
can't.
later.
I
but
don't think I can.
well, next time.
It's
we'll,
okay. I
we'll,
got it. Don't
oh,
worry about it.
Oh, he's getting okay.
Just keep going.
So yeah, I had long hair, because we really wanted to, be matching brothers in a band with long hair, and our dad's like, "Oh,
because it's cool to be in a
Yeah.
high school rock band with
long hair."
outstandingly long hair
Yeah.
Just ridiculous.
for just a
looking
couple
long
of
hair.
dudes.
And so John and Chris, they grew theirs out longer, kind of past their shoulders. And I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. Let's keep it short and kind of go like almost like a Justin Bieber top with a long bottom. It almost looks like Lord Farquaad from Shrek, but on a cooler level, like a teenage Lord Farquaad.
Yeah.
Well, hey, go to you have the memories, because 7 years ago today we took the picture with Ben, our first band photo. I don't-
Really?
Yeah. I
When
don't-
we were attacked by geese?
No. The one at the courthouse steps.
Oh.
Like old school where we all wore like red and Ben
Our old guitarist, when we first
here,
started
I'll try and send it
with
to
a
you.
4-piece band with just us and another guy, because before we used to have like, girls stand in and sing for us, and it was awesome playing with them. But then they started to ask about when we were going to start writing songs together, and then we thought about being the backup band for these girls, and we're like, you know what, let's try and do it
Found
on
it.
our own.
I found a picture, Brandon.
All right, cool.
That's a good
Wow. But anyway,
Oh, well, you'll see a good picture of the three of
we
us.
could pull up a picture of Ben too with the first photo shoot, because I remember
No,
very well.
We got to pull up this one. This
remember-
is like, this is legit.
It
Okay.
was after School of Rock one day, and our dad's like, "Hey, you guys ready to take your band photos?" And
Oh,
Ben
that
was
was a
wearing a
bad one.
backwards hat.
That was a bad one.
And so our dad's like, "Ben, you got to take the hat off." And he's like, "What?" And and he's like, "Yeah, you got to do it." And his hair, he had the worst hat hair I think I've ever seen
All right,
in
here
a
we go.
professional
So
photo.
it's probably going to be like a large
It
photo.
shows
Okay.
it up on the screen. Oh, look, it's blocking me, so that's cool too.
Yeah.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Is it live?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can
What-
see that.
Wow.
Look at that.
Technology, man. Look, check out these 3 killers. Whoops. Whoa, moving the whole frame. Oh, boy. Give me a sec. There
Woo.
we go.
This is all live.
Those
Check that out.
those studs. Wow.
Who's
I-
Axl Rose on the left?
The hat, right? I know.
John,
I remember I fought to wear that hat. I told my dad I am wearing that hat.
Are
and,
those-
and then he's like, but then you need to tuck in the shirt. And I was like, oh.
Are those jeggings?
Yeah, I think, Chris, was that when you went out and bought the tightest pants?
Yep.
So
We were.
we could foresee the country thing based upon the hat. That
Yep.
was about it.
There was a lot going on in that picture. There's
There's 3 different styles of music. It's
There's-
country, 90s,
and
and 80s,
80s. Yeah.
which is kind of weird.
How old were we? I don't know. That was in. We had to have been in
Height-
7th grade or 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
not high school. Yeah, 7th or 8th grade. We were
That
a
was
band
eighth-
then, and it
eighth
was the
grade.
3 of us. And now, still a band.
Yep.
Yep, that was 8th
So
grade.
that's kind
I
of wow. This is the memories around a family table. All right, I'm
Wow.
gonna take that off.
All right.
So we have all changed a great deal. We still have the hat though. Maybe I'll wear it sometime.
Yeah.
Bring back the memories. And it's not even a real cowboy hat, which I had a friend tell me. He's like, "That's a fake cowboy hat." And I said, "How do you know?" He's like, "'Cause of this, and that." And then I was like, I went back to my dad and I was like really upset that the cowboy hat was fake. And I said, "Where did you get it? Because you told me it's real." He's like, "Oh no, I got it at Party City." I was like, "Oh, so it is
So when
fake."
you said that the guy was naming a bunch of fake parts about the hat, it literally just had a Party City tag on it, and he's like, "I'm gonna blow this kid's mind."
yeah, I know.
Yeah, so I mean, 3 fun facts and everything. For kind of me, what I want to focus on too, almost like John Krasinski is doing like his thing on YouTube, Some Good News. I figured we'll do that too. Kind of like talk about news of the week, since we are doing this at the end of the week. Talk about a happy story, a sad story, and then a crazy story to go along with the whole, 3
Okay.
thing, triple addiction. So the first thing I have is, of course, the happy story. I want to kind of get that out of the way. So 16-year-old Maryland student TJ Kim is without school, but he chooses to keep studying the art of flying. Some of you may ask why. Because he continues to take his flying lessons in delivering supplies to rural hospitals in his area,
Oh wow!
sort of to help out for the coronavirus. TJ Kim and his family launched their SOS, the Supplies Over Skies program, as a means of helping others out while staying busy too. So it's a kind of going hand in hand. You're helping people out during a time like this, and you're also staying busy. You're not just sitting inside doing nothing. And he's actually working with his family too.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and
That's everybody's got to chip in somehow, right? And if we can all help each other out with the means by which we can, that's fantastic.
well, and I know I was going to ask too if you guys have ever seen at least recently in the news, or just you guys when you're out in public, whenever you go shopping or something, any kind of acts of random kindness. I know Chris, since he works at Home Depot has donated a lot of masks and other supplies to hospitals and stuff like that too. So
It's
I don't
not
know.
just masks. It's funding for that stuff mainly, just so that they can get sent out, because Home Depot itself can only provide like the 3M Milwaukee masks, or not 3M Milwaukee. There's 2 different brands, but it's the N95 Milwaukee masks and stuff like that. So they did whatever they can to supply them in the store, but that's why they're running low on a lot of stock, because they're sending it out places. And then as far as like their associates, they're providing them with all of these benefits to stay home if they want to.
That's
and
awesome.
get paid for it, for all the older people I work with, but mainly for me, staying home, not risking, dad and his health and all of that. But they're really giving their associates like a massive amount of benefits,
that's
which is
awesome.
kind of cool.
I've seen a lot of good things. There's you guys know Jake Feldman.
Yeah.
I saw that him and his girlfriend. Jake Feldman's in a band called Call Out, and we've played a ton of shows with Call Out in the past, and they've become good friends of ours. And they've got great music, so check them out. But anyway, Jake and his girlfriend have been going around and picking up, like, it's really unsanitary, I'm sure, but they're still doing it, picking up like garbage, like how people leave their masks in a parking lot
Oh, wow.
or on the side of the road, or like their gloves or whatever, just to try to like help clean up. They're both going out and doing that stuff.
All you need is one of those grabber arms.
Yeah, you do.
There you go. Yeah.
And wash the grabber arm.
Oh, that's awesome.
But so people are doing a lot of
Oh,
good
good.
things, and I feel like this is one of those situations where people are banding together and really helping each other out. Apparently, from what I hear, I don't know if it's true, this thing is starting to level off. And hopefully by the end of, I don't know, hopefully the month, things will you'll start to see we'll get back to normal.
Well, you'll see some sort of change within 1 month, obviously, whether it be good or bad. But
Yeah.
hopefully, if everyone keeps doing what they're doing and they
Stay
stick
home.
to staying inside and
Watch our live stream. That
yeah.
you'll get some great information.
If you guys don't know what to do during this quarantine, watching this 3 days a week,
Easy.
Yeah.
tell
if you
all of your
each-
friends about it
If you
because
each
we
tell
only
a
need.
friend right now, if you each tell a friend, we'll hit our 50 follower mark, and then we'll be.
We'll see what
we-
happens.
we'll get some great content going. But
Yeah.
that phone looks delicious, John. Yes, it does. This is what happens when you
Yes,
fast
no
for Lent.
man.
Usually, and I don't know if you were around. Oh, I'm running out of Dino Nuggies. That's awesome. I wish. Oh, now you're making me hungry. I'm fasting for Good Friday, and so the phone wouldn't be here normally.
Yeah.
We'd usually have food with our. This is our new podcast called Family Table, so we'd usually have food. Would have food.
And to
We
kind
were
of
planning on having food.
yeah, and to if you see in the comments, Mary Love 896, that's our mom. She's currently well, not currently. She's always been, but she's a nurse at Overlook Hospital, and she's kind of on the front lines of things. We won't talk kind of into so much detail about everything because I'm thinking maybe next week we might have her call in and talk about everything and kind of have her as like a special guest from afar, and this way she can kind of tell you guys too and educate all of our viewers about what's kind of going on, especially from someone who's not only on the front lines being a nurse, but she's in our area too, because Overlook's right near Morristown,
Yeah.
Well,
Chatham.
to kind of sum up what she said is that my fear is that it's going to get better, and like she said, people are going to get it's a very strong possibility that people are going to get a false sense of security, and then they're going to start going out, doing everything that they used to do, and
Yeah.
then we're going to end up back in the same situation.
I
Yeah.
just want to go to restaurants again.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the
I
main
miss
thing.
King Wing, which is
Yeah.
in town. If you're not from around this area,
I miss the fat cat sandwiches.
I miss. What are you guys missing?
Yeah, let us know what are you guys
Tell
missing.
us what you're missing
We'll go-
because we'll keep moving.
Yeah.
But because we got a lot to do apparently on this podcast. You have a whole itinerary.
A little packet.
But let us know what you guys are missing. I'm missing live shows, by the way, which we will be out there. We will be doing.
We'll get into that.
Oh,
don't worry. Good foreshadowing, though.
okay, all right.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you guys let us know what are you guys missing. But we'll
I like that.
yeah,
Just stay home and listen to Triple Addiction.
exactly.
We have a record out, if you didn't know.
Oh, that too.
Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music.
So we did
SoundCloud.
the happy story now. Sadly, we have to do a sad story. I know. John will pull up a picture, but two-time Grammy winner and is also one of America's greatest songwriters, John Prine, passed away this week at age 73, actually due to COVID-19 complications.
That's so sad.
He was in the hospital back in early March, actually maybe even late February, and he passed away 73 because of these complications. Prine is known for his famous songs like Hello in There and Sam Stone. He also co-wrote songs with other artists, including George Strait, and his #1 hit, I Just Want to Dance with You. Prine also wrote songs on topics most people didn't talk about, and he wrote it with empathy and humor. His music career has lasted, even though only for 50 years, but his influence on music will live on forever. So I don't know if we'll play his one song Hello in there a little bit, just so it gives you guys an idea of what it sounded like and sort of like the passion he had behind his music. This song's about kind of not to put a damper on things, but an elderly couple that's sort of forgotten about. So I'll play this one.
We had an apartment in the city. Me and Loretta like living there. Well, it'd been years since the kids had grown a life of their own. left us alone. John and Linda live in Omaha, and Joe is somewhere on the road. We lost Davy in the Korean War, and I still don't know what for. Don't matter anymore. You know that old trees just grow stronger, and old rivers grow wilder every day. Old people just grow lonesome, waiting for someone to say hello in there. Hello.
So as you can see, he sort of has almost like a Bob Dylan-ness to him. Bob Dylan had a huge influence on his songwriting and stuff, and they were kind of like
Clearly.
growing together and everything. But have you guys ever heard of John Prine and kinda
Yes, I heard of John Prine actually through Instagram. I don't know how or what. Maybe he started his, because usually these big guys have like a social media bunch of people working for them. I'm sure he wasn't running his own social media at his age, but he followed me once. His social media did, so I'm like, I don't know who this guy is, so I checked him out and didn't realize the type of impact he had on music.
Yeah.
He's one of those guys that's behind the scenes, very much so. Wrote with, George Strait and wrote with those guys. And if you were to listen to his originals, you may not even recognize any of them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he's got that very folk country style.
Yeah.
Very twangy.
Well, and the thing is too, Sam Stone, I don't know if you knew this too, was about he was actually in Vietnam, John Prine.
Oh,
Yeah, he went to Vietnam, and he said that he wrote that song about his time in Vietnam and kind of what he saw and what he witnessed and everything too. So like you said, he was a very reserved songwriter. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know who he was, before hearing about him passing away. So I started listening to a lot of his music, and what I pulled from was from the Rolling Stone magazine for his obituary. And when they said that he talked about topics nobody really talked about, but he spoke about it with empathy and humor, that's sort of something that I kind of want to take with our songwriting a little bit too. How we talk about tough topics like Hard to Say Goodbye and everything, and Place We Call Our Own, but we kind of put more of a positive spin on it. And so kind of taking what he did and implementing it to our songwriting, I think would be kind of pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Did you hear about him, Chris? No, not really.
No, not before the passing, but you don't realize how many people you don't hear of that they've had like a huge impact on everyone else's songwriting, but they weren't able to break through that fourth wall all by themselves.
Yeah. Great songwriter. Apparently wrote with, like I said, George Strait and I think Dolly Parton and a couple of those other older names. I don't know if he was writing much. There's certain artists. There's Brandi Carlile, who she's more that folk style that I think he hung out with her a bit. There's a lot of people that he impacted, and it's weird how all of a sudden when you pass away, more people start listening to you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and even I was gonna say before you actually mentioned that like I feel like it's starting to change with the times of unknown songwriters, definitely because of social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of these guys, they literally couldn't make their own accounts online.
And like you were just saying too, a lot of these guys, they're unknown until they start making it big. I mean, Luke Combs was that way, and also too Chris Stapleton, which I know has a huge influence on Chris.
He's like the John Prine of this generation.
Yeah,
that he
crazy.
Wrote,
and look at where
maybe
he
even
is.
maybe even more so,
where
he wrote with everybody and anybody, and now he's a success.
Yeah, because even he did a couple of songs, not Prine, but Chris Stapleton did a couple of songs with Pink too.
Yeah.
So it just like his genre just expands beyond belief, even with Justin Timberlake.
Oh, that's cool.
Like, it's not just the compilation songs that he does with him. He actually helps him write some of his songs.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you don't know, he also Chris Stapleton, and we talk about Chris Stapleton a lot
I
on our
know.
Twitch channel, but
Yeah.
you know, you can't help it when somebody's that good. He did a great song with Bruno Mars and Ed Sheeran
Mm-hmm.
on Ed Sheeran's new album. And again, for me, it's like Bruno Mars. Okay, sure. Like his records are good and stuff. I like listening to it with friends. Not sure if I would listen to Bruno Mars on my own. Same thing with Ed Sheeran. It's like, all right, yeah, he's like, you know, he's good at what he does. It's just not always my thing. But the three of them, Chris Stapleton, Ed Sheeran, and Bruno Mars, got together and wrote one of the heaviest hard rockin' songs of last year.
Yeah.
If you don't know, it's called Blow.
Of last year.
Yeah, of last year. It's awesome. You got to check it out. Blow by those guys is just.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like, for me, is I absolutely love the three of them, and it's only because of their voices.
Yeah.
It's like, that's, of course, you know, as a vocalist, that's kind of what I'm looking for, not just the song as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Right.
there some, like, as I start dissecting it a little bit, it's like, I could kind of go without, you know, those lyrics
Yeah.
a little bit, you know?
Mhm.
But it's only because I personally wouldn't use them. But, like, as vocalists, those guys are just insane.
Like
yeah.
three.
Like
of the
Bruno Mars, how he does what he does, it blows my mind.
Yeah, he's got talent.
Yeah.
Big talent. With
So-
a capital T.
Yeah. So rest in peace, John Prine. You will be missed, but like I said, his influence will live on forever. And you know, definitely gonna please check him out. You know, his music and everything, because I know it's great stuff. So we'll get to
And
the.
it's like,
Oh.
guys, still be positive about
Yeah.
all this COVID-19 stuff. Like, even we know that, you know, there's a lot of people, unfortunately, dying out there, but you got to keep thinking on the positive side of things.
And
is
the
that-
best thing to do is listen to new music while you're doing
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You may not know John Prine, but
So now we'll get to the crazy story. This is almost like the odd news that you see.
So we have fun news, bad news, and odd news.
And odd news. Yep, just a little bit of everything.
Alright.
This way too, because like I said, you know, this is at the end of the week, so a lot of stuff happens during the week.
Yeah.
Not right now because everything's kind of around the COVID-19, so a lot of these stories kind of relate to that. But you know, it just keeps it, you know,
Yeah.
interesting, different. So crazy story I saw. John will pull up a picture.
a couple pictures.
A couple pictures. Indian police were seen directing traffic this week with coronavirus helmets or masks on their head. They're bright red or pink helmets with kind of trumpet-like ends all over, and it's sort of
Look at this
check
crowd.
that
yeah.
out.
So it's basically resembling the actual coronavirus molecule itself.
Now why though?
Because the police chief of the city called Hyderabad said that this is to keep people aware that the virus is still out there. That's
Right.
Okay.
But
that's what he said.
Right.
So he said that they're also promoting social distancing, and they issued an order to stay home for 21 days.
that's all well and good. But
Yeah.
if
But
if I saw
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Like, what would your
I'm
guys?
scared enough of police officers that I don't need them to wear a ridiculous headpiece.
If
So-
if I saw that,
What here? Let me ask
Yeah.
this. Imagine if either our police in Hillsborough were wearing it, or nonetheless the NYPD.
Yeah.
What would your
I would
reaction
go.
be?
I wouldn't take them seriously. You don't have any authority over me when you're wearing something like that.
When you're wearing
I'm
a couple
sorry.
of trumpets
I'm
on
like,
your head.
I would just start laughing, and then that wouldn't be good for my case.
I
um,
understand the effort.
But I feel like you could do it a different way. I don't know. Maybe.
Well, that's more of a visual. Like, all right, I will say that it looks like a lot of effort was put into the headpiece.
It's a
Right.
great headpiece, I guess.
And it doubles as a helmet to protect them from getting attacked by said
It
people.
just looks so weird, though.
Yeah, right now we're not just staring at nothing. Our computer's on
Yeah,
that
I
desk
can
right
see-
over there.
yeah.
So we're just like analyzing these photos. And then there's the guy on the horse.
If I saw that, I would just laugh. I don't know. I wouldn't really.
I know cops still ride horses, but why?
That's another question. Yeah, Max. Well, I guess if like people started, I guess if they wore like spiky helmets and the stuff from
Yeah.
Mad Max, then I might take them seriously and go, oh wow, that's a guy you don't want to mess
But
with.
to-
When I see a little puffball on the top of a police officer's head, like a little pink like thing, I just instantly go, oh man.
Yeah.
Horse guy looks like a final boss. That's like, wait, hold on, it'll come back up again.
But to answer our
That's perfect.
mom's question, just to be respectful, these are actually 3 candles. They're from our old house that we used to have.
Here, I'll take the pictures down. I think you guys get the
That's the final boss
idea.
right there. And now he's gone. But yeah, these are in fact 3 candles. Like we said, we're keeping everything to the 3 quota. Triple quota.
Addiction 3
Triple candles.
triple candles.
So
Triple dinner
we actually
settings.
set them up first and then realized this, that they are all fruits that start with the letter P.
And there's 3 of them.
Triple P.
Triple
3
P.
of them.
Yeah.
Pineapple, peach, and a pear.
So, how about that?
And that looks like a green apple and a regular apple, but that has the peach crease.
Sure.
Sure.
And that is definitely supposed to be a pear. I know it's supposed to be a pear. Don't question me on it. It's not shaped like a pear, but man, it's just supposed to match. Like, is a pineapple shaped like this?
No.
So that's
Pear.
a peach.
Pear.
Or that
Pear. Don't
Pear.
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 Apple. Pear. It's definitely a pear.
pear,
Yeah.
not an apple.
So, yeah, I mean, I get what they're trying to do with, trying to bring awareness to the coronavirus, but I think that there's different ways.
There's a different one. Just run
Yeah.
a ton of ads.
Maybe they got to make their own helmets. Maybe it's like a
Maybe.
little arts and crafts.
They
thing.
look like they're
paper-
made.
papier mâché.
Yeah.
A little papier-mâché. But continuing the kind of like the conversation, the overall topic for our podcast is, of course, COVID-19 and its effect on musicians.
Mhm.
I know, like John was alluding to it earlier, how right now we have no shows. John has no job. We got no money coming in. But there are a lot of things that are happening within the music industry to kind of promote music during a time like this.
Right.
We see more promotion more now than ever on Twitch.
Yep.
Not even just that, Instagram Live, Facebook
Everybody.
Live. And even then, too, CBS just had their special called Our Country air a couple days ago, where they had a bunch of different country artists around the country submit videos of them playing from home and kind of put that together. And even Twitch hosted a Stream Aid 2020 back at the end of March with almost over 100 artists.
Wow.
So for a live stream. So there's definitely more of this push of artists kind of promoting themselves from home, and people are actually buying into it, which is awesome because it helps us out too.
Cool.
Yeah.
There is, and
Keep
by
it
the
coming.
way, thank you for actually tuning into this on a Friday night.
Yeah.
It's much appreciated, and all of our Twitch streams have been very successful, and that means we're doing something right, and it means you're doing something right, and we appreciate you always coming back and hanging with us because this is great. But I've noticed everybody's streaming, and that's kind of cool. Like we said, Twitch was why we picked Twitch was it's great for artists, so that's why we're doing it. But regardless, I'm happy that people are still like they're not letting this thing get them down. They're doing things like what we're doing, where we're trying to find a creative outlet in which to do something with our time
Yeah.
while we're all out of jobs and stuff. But
Well, how's it been for you as
Oh,
somebody who
okay.
relies on teaching as their job?
So I taught, used to teach 30 people a week. And now that number, luckily is making its rise back up to where I'm at like 20 to 25 a week.
That's good.
Where at first it was like everybody was skeptical of Skype lessons. And I do Skype lessons for drums. So everybody was skeptical because I understand it. It's different. But luckily, it's been going well. With that being said, the other aspect of my job oh, what are you doing?
No,
No.
I was just checking.
Oh, okay. The other aspect of my job, which is playing live shows, not only for this band, but for other people's bands, all of my gigs are canceled. So, I think tomorrow we were supposed to have a show.
Yeah.
And then the next day I was supposed to have a show with somebody else, and everything, going into the summer is canceled, and it's so sad because it is unfortunately where I make a majority of my money, And but you got to find a different way to do it. Make more covers. Try to do things like Twitch. Try to record for people and stuff. So luckily things have just shifted. It's not that it's bad, but I just miss playing shows.
Yeah.
I miss going out. I miss being in the van, headed to a show, getting all of our stuff packed up. That
Being
you
the
know,
loudest, baddest vehicle coming up.
and being the loudest, baddest band.
Yeah.
Loudest,
in
loudest band.
Well,
in
I
this
know.
land.
I know even too for us, we miss Zach, being here, and I
Yeah.
know he's doing his thing. So please check out. I know he just went
Zach
live.
Seif music.
I know
Yep.
he went live on Instagram and Facebook today too. So please support him and everything, because he, just like John, relies on teaching. So it's important that he gets more followers. But Chris, like, how has it affected you, kind of from a musician standpoint too?
There's a lot more time than I thought that there was going to be. Like practicing, songwriting and all of that is like it. Obviously, I miss doing the shows, don't get me wrong. But it's like when you get stuck in that repetitive pattern of doing shows where at one point we were doing, and I know it's not a lot, believe me, but we were doing like a show every weekend or
Yeah.
something like that. But it's also, I worked during the week, was trying to make money during the week, and then we used that money to fund like gas for that show and all of that. So it's, we stayed busy, but it's like now there's even more time where we would use a practice day to just practice the same songs and really nail them down. Like now we can just spend that time being creative and right and just truly like make good use of this time that we're given. So it's like that's mainly what I'm doing, and learning how to cook, obviously.
There's
because
there's a bright side to everything.
yeah, like as a musician, you gotta learn how to food prep eventually. So it's like I'm
Now
trying to
you
make my
just
own stuff now.
You adapt. And for what was I gonna say? I had something. Oh yeah, when it comes to like our shows, I know like Chris had mentioned, it's not one of those things where people go, oh, you're only playing like, once every weekend. You're only doing one show a weekend, and that's your thing. You gotta also keep in mind we're at a smaller level as a band.
Yeah.
And so that doesn't just entail playing the show, like showing up. Like when you're a touring act, you show up to that town and you put on your show and you get out. When you're the way we are, we have to sell tickets, we have to get our merch together, we have to promote the thing all of ourselves with Facebook ad marketing, all of those things, ad marketing in general, getting people to come out to the show, making sure that we have like somebody, videotaping or photographing the show, making sure people come out in general, right? So when we don't have these shows, as much as we miss playing for you guys, the bright side to it is it's given us a break, because we were doing that every single show every week for a good since the album came out, since September.
Well, and that's sort of like what John's talking about too. For me, part of my senior year, I had to do a independent study, and I was going to film a documentary on what I was going to call it pay to play, and how a lot of the musicians in our area, not just us, but everybody, has to fork over a lot of our own money in order to just get that big show. And I know you and I talked about
the
this
shows
a couple
that
months
matter,
ago.
not in Uncle Jimmy's backyard at the family reunion.
And it's not like, hey, we're gonna play the bar down the street for all the people that are there. Like these shows that we're doing are a little bit bigger than what we were doing a year ago, and we're opening for big headlining acts, and they get paid a lot of money to come out, so we have to help bring the people out and bring the money out. So it's like, if you want to be on that bill, you need to say, hey, well, we want to sell, or we can sell X amount of tickets, and it's usually a lot, depending on the act.
And it's kind of like you don't go there also to meet the headlining band. Is if you go there with that mentality, you will be disappointed.
Yeah.
Don't worry about that.
There's certain bands that we're not going to mention here that you wouldn't want to meet anyway.
Yeah.
But it's like you don't go there for that band. You go there to try and win over their fans and hopefully win over that market so that you could keep like, and I know that eventually we want to get to a point where if we're making money at this if we're making money at the music thing, it's like we don't need our part-time jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
So eventually we do want to get to a point where we're constantly out on the road, but also you got to be smart about it because you got to either have hotel rewards cards or have
Planet Fitness membership.
Planet Fitness membership for taking showers
Yeah.
and all of that. Free showers, you know. So it's like you got to be smart about it where you can't just say, oh, we're going across the country and we're going to, like, sure, it's cool to see a bunch of those places. But again, like I said, if you're doing like the family reunion type gigs, it's like you're just wasting your own money and you might blow $5,000 on getting maybe 10 people. Is
Yeah.
it worth it? You
Yeah.
know?
We have Chico's Tanos that said
Yo.
salt.
Or is it
Listen.
or is it spilled garbage?
It's spilled salt.
Oh, okay.
Listen, I don't
Throw it
want to.
over
I
the
don't want
shoulder.
to come across that. Oh, well, there's bands you just wouldn't want me. The majority of the people that we play with that are headlining
Are
acts have
awesome.
been really nice to us. So
Yeah.
they've been very, very supportive of us.
There's
very,
like maybe a couple.
there's just there's a couple bad apples in the bunch. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. But like what Chris was saying, and like John
Wait,
said,
hold on. Chico's Tanos, if you're not following us, hit a follow. You know, get us a follow. I don't know if you are yet, but you should.
But like John and Chris were saying, we're taking this time to really kind of save up, get a lot of money back, and kind of looking at the future of the band, and we're doing the podcast, we're doing the live streaming, but we're also planning a lot of stuff
We're
too.
writing,
Yeah,
recording.
and like what Chris was saying, we want to be smart when we actually do go on tour, that we're doing all the right things, making sure that we have everything planned out, because it is something that takes a lot of time. And when we were working part-time too, and for me going to school and working, and we couldn't have the time to really sit down and kind of plan things out, but now we do.
Thank you, Chicos.
So
Thank you,
it's
buddy.
it's oh, did the puppies? Oh yeah, look, they're on the
Yeah,
screen.
look there.
So if you see the screen
Exploding.
exploding, so now we're one closer. Now we're
Too
at 41.
many puppies.
There we go. But it's like your return. Obviously, with every business, you're gonna lose money. We're not saying that we want it.
When you start it.
When you start a business, you're going to be in the red. We're not saying that we don't want to be in the red until we go out on the road and all that. But we want a significant return that we can at least invest more in.
Yep.
Right
Yeah.
now, if we were to go out on the road, wouldn't have anywhere to play, wouldn't have anyone that cared, and we'd be broke.
Now
You people would care though, which is great.
And
That's why we love you.
And I have a question. Maybe somebody can look it up and see. But since our band's an LLC, you think that we can take advantage of? No, nothing.
We don't
Ah,
make
okay.
enough.
Yeah, then that's probably right. Yeah, we have to.
But it
provide a
doesn't
lot.
matter.
Yeah.
And again, we're talking a lot of figures and money right now. It was never about the money.
No.
Otherwise, we would pick something else. Honestly,
Exactly.
it's about connecting with you guys because when you we had I don't want to name people in case they don't want to be named or
Yeah.
whatever. But we have people at our last show, which was over a month ago now. We had people in the front row singing our songs. How weird is that?
Yeah.
You're looking at them, you're like, wait a second, you know these words?
That was the
Yeah.
first time, and I'm like, you care?
you know these songs? This is great. And I know we have our family and our friends, which we love you guys, of course, that sing our songs too. But to see a random person, and now they're not random because we've made, we've talked to
Mhm.
them, but a random person that comes out and sings our songs
Yeah.
to us,
That's what it's all about.
front row. What? That's what it's about. So we miss playing for all of you. We
Yeah.
really do.
Well, and it's like this is why we're taking this opportunity, not to try and say, oh, well, we need another outlet to make money. Is we've never made that much money on gigs. We've never made that much money on opening up for these gigantic bands. And that's just to show that we still love doing it because we know where it can end up someday, not the money, but it's my reason for writing songs and stuff is I can still remember the 5 songs I can think of right now that have changed my life and made me think a little bit differently. And I want to be that for somebody,
Yeah.
and I want them to walk up to me at some point and actually know who I am and be like, man, that one song that you guys wrote, it really hit home. And
we've had that too on the album where people have messaged me and said that song "Hard to Say Goodbye" is one of my favorites. Or "Place We Call Our Own," it just really connects because my family went through a similar thing. So the fact that we're doing that I could die tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
be okay.
hopefully not.
And be hopefully not, God willing. But I just want it just everything so far has really meant a lot.
But it's
so,
like that's where I was going with it. It's
Yeah.
like we're doing this because we want to connect with you guys. We don't just want to try. We know that this whole thing is a big, long process.
Right.
And if it was easy, everybody would be doing it.
Right.
It seems like everybody's doing it, but is everyone successful at it? No.
Yeah.
So it's like we truly care about you guys and what you think. So give us feedback on the songs. Private message us, please,
or
because
direct, just say it to our face. That song's great. We love your song, or that song isn't that great. We hate your song.
truly, I can see all the views in the world, like 1 million people, I think, seeing like our music. And of course, you're like, oh yeah, that's great. That's great that 1 million people listen to that song. But unless I see the comment section, you don't get the feedback that you really want. Like as an artist, you truly care about someone saying deep down that they don't like your song and here's why.
Yeah.
Because it gives you room for improvement.
Yeah. You guys ready for game time?
Oh,
Yeah.
is it already game time?
Whoa!
How long is the game though?
Uh,
And if you guys have any questions before we start game
yeah.
time,
If you guys have any questions, please feel free. The game, it's going to be a little bit of time. We got, probably like a half hour left, so we're right on schedule.
okay.
Yeah, so
Woo!
we'll be okay. But yeah, no, please, if you guys have any questions, please reach out to us.
If
You know.
if you heard our fun facts about us, and you want more more synopsis of it, like a better in-depth look into it, why I love pot pies so much, or why Krausman likes going into the woods so much, please give us a comment, question, whatever.
The outfit's pretty woodsy too that you got kind of going on.
Oh yeah.
Carhartt.
Yeah. All right, you want to just start the game?
Yeah. What do
All
we
right.
need?
All right, I got it all. And yeah, so kind of like I wanted to do a game because I know John and Chris have been doing that with a lot of their live streaming when I wasn't here. So I put this together. They have no idea what's about to happen. I kind of came up with everything myself. So what you're about to hear, it's not necessarily, it's going to be very game show oriented. So everything from this point on is like not real. So
No rules.
So if you hear a sponsor, which I'm going to say, anybody that's tuning in now, it's not real. It's not a real sponsor. We're not sponsored by anybody. It would be great if we were, but
Well, some of us are endorsed.
that's true.
That's
Two-
true.
well, actually, we should probably go through our endorsements.
Yeah, John, you want to say that first?
yeah.
And then,
Well, this specific event is not sponsored
Yeah.
by
No,
these
this
people.
specific, yes, but we as musicians are,
Yeah.
and it's always good to give them shout outs because they're awesome people. Lean over, just yeah, there it is.
Further.
Right,
You know what I could do? I'll just do this. I'll just get up.
How about just step out of the
there
way?
you go. There you go. All right, my drum set, Bucks County Drums, based out of Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Absolutely love their drums. I was recording the past, sorry guys that I've been recording the past week of just straight drumming, and these drums, I could not be happier with how they're sounding and how they're recording. If you don't know, if you're a drummer out there, and I know one person is, you should check out Bucks County Drums because they are awesome. So Chris Carr is a one-man wrecking crew. One guy built that whole drum set, one guy. So
They
Bucks County
sound
Drums.
great when I'm trying to sleep up in the room.
They sound really good when people try to sleep. It's awesome.
For me, I have a artist accommodation, not an endorsement, but an artist accommodation with DR Strings for playing the bass. I mean, I play with no other strings. They're based out of New Jersey, and everything's handmade. It's done in the U.S. They have all different types of, they have different styles. They have colored strings. They have, strings that are specifically for drop tuning, which I have because we use a lot of drop tuning songs, or we play with a lot of drop tuning songs. So definitely, if you play, especially for guitar too, it's not just bass. For guitar, for bass, please check out DR Strings because they're awesome company too.
And last but definitely not least, Moxie Guitars. Please check them out.
The Craftsman has a
Well,
cool,
you want to say
cool
the guitar, which one you have? Which one is it? If people have seen us play live.
There's literally no name for it.
No, but I'm just saying the look. If you have like a.
It's the Telecaster-looking guitar, like the stereotypical country guitar, but it's got like the orange burst. I guess it's kind of like a tobacco burst or
Yeah.
something like that. But their guitars are well made, not to feel like a professional guitar, but to feel like literally it's handmade, but it plays so well.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't know what to describe about it. It took getting used to in the beginning, but now it feels like home base.
Yeah.
Like that's the
That's
only
awesome.
guitar that I'm used to playing, and I haven't changed strings since October. So there you go.
It's
So-
a great guitar.
Yeah, and if people want to check out a picture, Chris probably has it on his social media, on Instagram and stuff, on Facebook. So if you want to see what it looks like, and also check out Moxie Guitars, go to
They're
moxieguitars.com.
based out of Flemington, New Jersey.
Yeah. So all right, game time. You guys ready?
Sure.
You have no idea. All right. This segment of the show is brought to you by the makers of the Goo Goo Dolls, the dolls that get the whole family singing Iris because it's the only song they're programmed to play. This is Brandon's Jeopardy! Here are today's contestants. All the way from California, his mustache resembles that of a baby Burt Reynolds, and he loves to eat Red Lobster biscuits, John Laurie. From Little Rock, Arkansas, he's a part-time Renaissance man and knows how to hold down the fort when you need him to, Chris Laurie. And your host, the beautiful face that slaps the bass, Brandon Laurie.
We didn't know any of this, honestly.
This is the first time him and I are listening to this.
Brought to you by the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, the Goo Goo Dolls.
That's incredible.
Isn't that amazing? I was up till 5:30 in the morning making that theme song, so and writing the script for that. So
Did it just stop or you hit pause?
no, I stopped it. I did it all by myself.
Okay, never mind. It just wasn't. Wow.
Yeah.
That was
Give him
perfectly
a
planned.
hand if you're
Yeah.
at home. That's
Thank you.
putting those communication skills to the test.
Do the test. All right. So, here's how the game works. If you're curious, especially for you at home, this is how the game works. It's not like Jeopardy, the show. It's my Jeopardy. It's Brandon's Jeopardy. So,
I'm scared.
so I pick out the categories and the point amounts. You guys just answer the questions.
So we don't get a board or anything?
Nope.
Fantastic.
I have the board. I'm in control of the board.
Oh my gosh.
And anyone that knows me knows that I
Wait,
make up.
do we just say our answers out
Yeah.
loud?
Well, that's what you're gonna have the boards for.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
the-
okay.
Yeah. So
We
we'll
have
I
explain.
didn't hear that
somebody
part.
I'm stunned how good that voice was.
Yeah.
Wow, he practices, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
He was probably sitting up in his bunk last night like, this is Brandon's Jeopardy. Yeah. That's good. That's good.
the one. That's it.
So anyone that knows me knows that I make up a lot of stuff and pass it off as facts. So you two must guess that the statements I'm about to say are either true or false.
Oh boy.
Okay.
If one,
I can do one or the
Wait,
other.
about you. These are about you?
no. There's categories. There's 3
Oh
categories.
jeez.
3 categories, 4 questions or statements per each. So if one person gets it right, they win the points. If you both get it right, or if you both get it wrong, I get the points. Because as my oldest cousin always taught me, there's a way to win everything, even if you have to cheat at it. So.
Reap what you sow.
So the goal of the game is essentially to beat me by playing each other.
What?
This is crazy.
Isn't that nuts? So you guys can't show each other the answers.
Wait,
So
what's the prize?
Freedom.
freedom from this game.
From this.
From this game. So you guys can't show each other the answers. If you guys want to play along at home, we'll give you guys. We have these little signed triple addiction cards. So if you guys want to keep score of,
You already confused me with the rules, so let's just play.
you want me to say the rules again?
No.
So,
Alright.
so you're going to give us a question.
I'm going to
or
give you a statement.
We have to guess if it's true or false.
And
True
these
or
are
false?
only true or false questions.
Now,
Yes.
Brandon, if you don't know, Brandon, he makes up a lot of things.
what I said,
Maybe he
yeah.
doesn't lie.
No.
I'm
Makes it
feeling
up.
like you're going
bends
to win
the
this
truth.
whole game.
Like, so you know how people sometimes they tell a story and they slightly bend the truth? Brandon's like a good curve
Yeah,
on that.
yeah.
You know?
Good card.
So
It's like if you break a stick
This
over your
is-
leg, that's his version of bending the rules.
This is going to be a really, really difficult game.
Easy for me because
Easy for you.
I
You
might
already
win.
know the answers.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. well.
All right.
So
So,
if you want to play at home, we're gonna have to make sure though that we give like some time in between.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
we
definitely
gotta
play
give
at
like
home.
2 minutes.
Yeah, if you guys do win something, or if you do get it right, we'll send you something.
How
So-
many questions are there?
We got 12.
So you guys will actually win
Yeah.
something from us.
Yeah.
We won't win anything except our freedom.
I'll win everything. All right. So the categories are category number 1, super zeros. Are they real heroes or villains, or are they made up? I don't know. I know you don't.
So these are
Do I have to write this down?
No. I'm just telling you the categories, taking it like
these
the
are
Jeopardy board.
these are villains or superheroes. We have to say if they're real or
if
fake.
they're real or not. Yeah. John gets it. Chris has no idea
Yeah,
what's
no,
going on.
no. I get it. I get it.
Category number 2.
It's true or false.
Exactly. Category number 2, one-hit blunders. Songs that may or may not have been hits by real or not real bands.
Oh, okay. I was
You
gonna
see what I'm
ask
saying?
if they were real or
yeah.
not real.
So
this
they're
is good.
they're either real or not real.
Yep.
And then the third category, which I
I sense a
figured
theme here.
the third category, which I figured John would like too, is game night. Board games that are real or not real.
Now, would we know these like?
No, it's just you have to guess.
No, but that's half the battle. I feel like that's half the fun of the game.
Is that what you're guessing?
Is that we're guessing?
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Go,
That's the thing.
Fine.
Because like I said, if you guys both get it right, I still get the points. So
Wait, if we both get it right.
if you both get it right or both get it wrong, I get the points.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, man.
All right, you guys
So-
better play at home. All right.
So-
Please play at home. There's probably like a 30. We'll give it like a minute delay.
Because
right?
we can't even guess if let's say we know it's literally false, right? We can't guess that it's true or whatever. Like we can't guess what the other person. Like
Yeah.
if we have an intuition that the other person is thinking that it's false, but
Exactly.
they won't guess true,
Yeah.
you still get it.
Yeah.
All right. Play at home. Please
Yep.
help us out, because at least you guys will win something. Let's
All right.
do it.
This
So
is like Seinfeld
Let's
Jeopardy.
see. Let's see where are we gonna.
Just in case hide your board.
All right. Let's start. Let's start it with category 1, super zeros, for 600 points. 600 points. Pow! Clap. Arm fall off boy is a DC hero who removes his own arm to beat up all evildoers.
I know this one.
Arm fall off boy is a DC hero who removes his own arm to beat up all evildoers. I'll start the.
No.
Hold on, I'll start the clock.
This is Brandon's Jeopardy.
You recorded yourself too?
That's incredible.
You recorded yourself.
Yes, I did.
Is that going to say this is Brandon's Jeopardy every time?
Yeah. Sir, I'll play it for certain questions.
All right, guess it at home, people.
Guess it at home. So I'll repeat. Arm fall off boy is a DC hero who removes his own arm to beat up all evildoers. True and or false?
What type of rooster is that? Oh,
The one from the Looney Tunes. It's Foghorn Leghorn.
that's
it's
what his
grand-
father. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
his pawpaw.
All right, so Chris.
Do we have? Wait, hold
Wait,
on.
wait.
Do we have any answers at home? Is arm fall off boy a real superhero
True
or
or false?
villain or whatever?
Anyway. Oh. Ooh. Yeah. So well, you know what? They'll answer questions. We'll see how it goes. So Chris.
No. Oh, okay, go.
Chris, true or false? Arm fall off boy is a DC hero. True or false?
I went with my gut, and I said true.
True. He said true. John, what did you say?
I went with true, Cotton.
So they both said true. So I get 600 points.
Oh my gosh.
So they're both right.
Arm
It
fall off
is-
boy is real. Can I use this napkin?
Yes, you can. Arm fall off boy is a real DC superhero.
All right, Kevin from Minnesota, we will be sending you something. Good
Yes.
job.
So far to give you the update
Give
on.
us
Write-
your
write down
address
who wins.
from Minnesota. Yeah, write down who wins.
Well, we can go back in the chat. I'll say Kevin.
from Minnesota.
Kevin.
that person, that's definitely a real person.
So to update the scoreboard, John 0, Chris 0, Brandon 600. So
All right.
All
Fair game now
we have.
between me and John.
So we really don't have to write anything down, though. We could just.
No, that's fun.
All right. It's
No,
All right.
it's all for the
Yeah.
effect.
All right. Let's.
So let's go to category number 2, one-hit blunders. We have, for 200 points, Sitting on the Sofa by Sophia Lynn in 1992. Was it a hit or not? Basically, real band, real song or not. Sitting on the Sofa by Sophia Lynn in 1992. A hit or no hit?
Is it still true or false?
Yeah, true or false. So either it's all real or none of it's real. Sitting on the Sofa by Sophia Lynn in 1992.
I'm gonna run out of paper.
All right. Let's.
All right.
I'll just reuse answers. Why didn't?
Yeah. That works.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Idiot.
So let's start with John. John, true or false?
That can't be Sophia, and the song is Sitting on the Sofa. Come on, no way.
Kraus?
I went with my gut again, and I said true because I knew that John was gonna put false.
See, that's what I'm saying. So, are they right or wrong?
After this commercial.
It is false. False. It is not a real song, nor is it a real artist.
Sitting on the Sofa by Sophia Lynn.
Yep.
By Sofa.
That's what I thought would. John got it. Chris, I know you had to pick it.
I'd rather
Have-
sacrifice the stupidity for my freedom.
So 200 points for John.
Go right back
points.
upstairs to make dinner after this.
Exactly. All right, let's go. Let's do one from each category to start here. Let's do. I'll save the 1,000 points for last.
All right.
Those are the tough ones. All right, category number 3. We got game night. Game nights. For 400 points. 400 points. Crazy Kittens is a fast-paced game, and for younger gamers, where the goal of the game is to collect as many cats as you can. Look out, though. Old Ladybird, who wants the cats for herself, is trying to steal them from you and your fellow cat lovers. Claw your way to victory. So true or false, Crazy Kittens is a game for young gamers. True and or false.
We have 1 saying sounds real, 2 saying sounds real. Anyone else want to take a jab at that one?
Anybody else?
Again, you could
Anybody?
win, and you want to get one of the things?
Yeah, we'll show
you.
them. We'll show them. Hold on, I'll give you some time here.
Oh,
This is Brandon's Jeopardy!
We have these beautiful index cards, like very nice paper that have our logo. Thank you for being. What does it say?
thank you for being a part of our story. I think.
Yeah.
An important part of our story.
So, anyway.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, so you could be in the wing.
So you're gonna have to keep track of the people, John, at home. if they're
I got
answering.
it. I got it.
All
It's
right.
all good.
So, true or false? Chris, what did you say?
I know that there are some crazy games out there, right? But I just had to go false because I don't know. Something about a crazy lady wanting to collect the kittens. Is that it?
Yeah. John?
False.
False?
Definitely false. Can't be real.
It is false. I get the points.
That is ridiculous. We can't win. There's
Well-
a 25% chance that we win.
You know what I'll do? I'll split it 50-50.
No,
you each get, no,
do your game with your.
No, it's
thing.
okay. Chris?
I can't wait till I can make up this.
Yeah,
this
that's
next
true.
game.
Vanessa said Brandon has a really good game show
He does.
host voice.
Thank you.
Something to consider.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Haha.
Yeah. No, I always wanted
Aha.
to do voiceover work, but we'll see. I think that ship has sailed. I don't know. So, Chris, I'll give you 200. John,
It sank a long
you have
time ago.
200. Yeah. So right now, as it stands, John has 400 points. I have 600 points. Chris has 200 points. It's anybody's game.
Yeah, right.
All right, let's go back to one-hit blunders. For 600 points, Groove is But a Song by Funk City in 1975. Groove is But a Song by Funk City in 1975. True and or false?
AS Uthermo. Yes.
For 600 points, Groove is But a City. Or I'm sorry. Groove is But a Song by Funk City in 1975.
I know this.
John, true or false?
Hold on.
Wait, let the people at home.
Oh, okay.
We got one.
Okay.
If you guys want to throw your hats into the ring for this crazy game show, that I feel like this is a watered down version of Saw. That we're just
we've got
we're stuck against our will playing a really ridiculous game.
Man, there is
Okay,
some
so we've got
mixed
true,
answers.
we've got false, truth.
You know what? I was gonna.
Yeah,
I admit.
which I'm taking as true.
I admit is that I was gonna cheat. I was putting my notebook under the table. I'm like, you know what? I will play this game right.
Yep.
And
Let's
I
do
will
it.
not be. I will not go down as a cheater.
Exactly. I will, though. I'm willing to
And
sacrifice my integrity.
we hope that you people at home are not cheating either by just Googling it or whatever.
Well,
Yeah.
you can easily tell that some people are not because some people are wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know the answer,
Exactly.
but we will.
Yeah. So, John, what do you say? Groove is But a Song by Funk City in 1975. True or false?
True.
True. Chris, what says you?
You guys can't see my whiteboard,
Now-
but it does say true.
I knew exactly what it was. At first, I like had a brain fart or something, and I'm like, at first I'm like, sorry, just laughing at the comments.
Yeah.
And at first I'm like, it sounds very cliche
Mhm.
because I'm like, you screwed up one of the first words or
Yeah.
whatever, and I'm like, I think he's trying to trick me right now, and I'm like, because you said funk something, Funktown by City Funk or whatever, and
That was it.
and I'm like, nah, that is definitely false. But then I said true, and I went with false.
He went with false. You said true?
Yeah.
It is false.
Oh,
False. It's not a real song
Yep.
or by a real band.
Oh man, I thought this one is way too
It was way-
real. This is way too real of a sounding.
But see, that is the tricky part. Is that it's like it sounds
But
like
he-
it could be from the decade, but that's exactly why he put it in there.
But
It's just
I
like the
thought-
sofa and the Sophia.
I thought that he would be like you couldn't come up
That's
with
true.
something like that. I didn't think you'd have that capability.
John, did you not hear the
No, that is
intro
true.
of this
It is a
game?
real song,
What?
but it's like it sounds so fake with those two put together.
Did you not hear my creative ability with the intro?
Yeah, I
for
know
this?
you got it.
Yeah.
Anyone that doesn't know who we are Triple Addiction.
Wait.
Well, Brendan.
Who got those points?
You
you
did.
What?
You're in the lead. You have 800 points.
Oh, yeah, because
Um,
we didn't match.
Just to plug our band, we're Triple Addiction. If you don't know us, you better know us. No, but we've got music out there on Spotify, all that stuff. This is usually our platform for jamming and playing some tunes, but today we're doing it as a means of just sitting down, talking, doing our new podcast called Family Table.
The Family Table.
The Family Table. So thanks for sticking around with us. We're playing Brandon's convoluted game.
You want me to play the intro again?
No, you don't have to. So
oh man. All right.
Guru is in our hearts. Is that from? I've got the Minions poster back there.
Yeah, maybe
you haven't
that's.
seen it.
No, maybe.
All right.
Mm.
All right, you guys ready? Let's go back to Super Zeros. Let's go back to Super Zeros for this one.
So which one is this for
I
the
feel like
people at
there's
home?
I feel like this is a. We're missing a couple categories.
What?
That we heard. We went through like two.
No, we did.
done
We
three.
we did the game night. Remember the crazy kittens? All right, so Super Zeros. Now this one.
Wait, hold on. I gotta keep track of who said
I said I put down
false.
Vanessa.
Okay.
Vanessa put
cool.
it down.
Yeah,
so.
you'll get something.
Yep. Okay, so for Super Zeros.
And
for,
AS Thermo.
okay.
ASU Thermo.
All right, for 200 points. The Condiment King is a formidable foe to the superhero Spider-Man. The Condiment King is a formidable foe to the superhero Spider-Man.
Here Going down, clown.
True and or false?
I got it. Let people answer at home.
Yep.
Condiment King. Sounds made up. Or
Condiment
does it?
King is a formidable foe to the superhero Spider-Man.
This is Brandon's Jeopardy.
But what are you thinking right now is the question.
True or false?
We've got 1 for false, 2 for true. It's kind of split. Hey, if you got it,
It's split.
if you got
All right.
one, if you wanna get in on this, win a
All right.
free triple addiction thing.
Now, I know the answer, but my name's Chris, by the way, for any new followers. And I know the answer, but I don't know if there was a trick word in there.
So
So true and or false?
you go
So-
first. Go first.
With what I'm thinking
Mm-hmm.
is that I'm thinking opposite of you.
Okay.
I know that there is a Condiment King, but I went with false.
And John?
'Cause
what
I'd
did you
rather-
say?
I said false
Yes.
because the Condiment King is not a Spider-Man villain. He is a Batman villain.
That's correct. You guys saw through my trickery.
Oh my gosh.
So for that, for pointing it out, I'll give you guys each 100 points.
I just want to mention that we will not be disappointed if anybody
Wait, no,
gets
we
anything
matched.
wrong. If
I'll
you
split
get
it.
something wrong, we or me, specifically me, will not be disappointed in your answers. Please play along at home. It makes it more fun for us.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah. So he is
Please
Relish guy.
Play along
for
at
anybody
home.
who said false. They might have thought that Condiment King is not a real villain, but he is a real villain of Batman.
Look it up.
I know it's crazy
Because I remember we were like sending the chat back and forth between us and our friends
Exactly.
of like,
Yeah.
we were trying to figure out a way that Tobey Maguire was going to get back into the MCU. And so we said that he would come back as one of Spider-Man's crazy villains. And
Poor mom. She's like, I've got them all wrong.
Oh, we'll get you something. We'll get you. a
when this
prize.
quarantine's over, I'll give you a nice big hug.
Yeah. All right.
Willing to give hugs to anybody, by the way.
Exactly.
Once this is over.
Let's go to back to game night.
Alright,
Let's do game night.
I like it.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Because I feel like I'm cheating that I can flip back and forth because if he remembers my last answer, then he hears me.
Flip it up. Turn around and like do a.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh?
All right. For 200 points, Mr. Bacon's Big Adventure. Race your bacon family and make it safely through Meatland to the frying pan to win. There are many traps along the way, so don't get caught. Otherwise, you'll be undercooked.
We have somebody saying going with true before it's said. Ooh.
True and
Got
or
2 for
false?
true.
True or false? Mr. Bacon's Big Adventure.
It sounds like it should be a game.
Or is it?
Sounds like it would be like a
Or is it
Walmart
already?
special.
It
Or
seems
is it?
like you'd be like you'd go to Walmart real quick and like, oh, what? Wait, what? Whoa.
You're trying to figure out something to do on like a Saturday night.
You're like you got some friends over
It's
and you
released
all go
by,
to
like-
Walmart to buy a board game and you're like, Mr. Bacon's what?
But is it so real that it's fake? I don't know.
Because there are a lot of ridiculous board games out there. I would know.
It's not a board game though, right? Or is it?
Or is it a children's book? Is this like really convoluted?
No,
like,
no.
Could these
No.
also be other
Like
things?
you say
Like,
it's
oh, this
Mr.
is
Bacon's
actually-
Big Adventure and you say the board game and it's actually the video game.
Or it's like, oh, it's not really a board game. It's actually a song by, some no-name person in YouTube. Like it could be. This is
no.
weird.
No, the only one that was convoluted, I'll say this to the audience, the only one that was convoluted was the Condiment King one.
Okay, all right.
So
Okay.
the rest of the answers are
the
just
rest of them are literally it's either this or none.
none at all.
Like
yeah.
nothing.
Yeah,
Well,
either-
no, because the funk song was
No,
real.
none of it was
The
real.
name of the song. is
No,
real.
it was all
Yeah.
fake. It was all fake.
No. We had a comment that said Groove.
Yeah, but it
It's,
was
in
it's
the
for
heart.
something else. It was
Groove is in the Heart is a real song.
Yeah,
That's
but not-
different.
I said groove is but a song.
Oh.
See, trickery.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so
Trickery.
let's do
so
it.
Mr. Bacon's Big Adventure, true or false?
False. Can't be. Not yet until I make it.
John says false. What says you, Chris?
I want to say true, but man, like the only description being something about like a couple of traps that might leave you undercooked. Like that sounds.
You ready?
No, stop.
It is true.
No!
It is
Oh
true.
my gosh.
And actually, it is a Walmart special.
Oh!
They sell it at Walmart for $20.
That's
haven't seen
incredible, but I wouldn't pay $20
Yeah.
to like. I'd
It's-
rather go undercooked.
All right, S-Man, we got to send you
Yeah,
something.
I wrote his name down. So it is a real game. The description, I kind of made up my own a little bit to make it a little bit more fun. The undercooked thing, play on.
oh, wait,
Yep.
so it, well,
So it's kind of false. Because
No,
we
it-
looked into the meaning.
No, it's real. It's a real
okay,
game.
all right.
But what's the actual description of the game?
It's basically the race your bacon family to make it safely through meat land and get to the frying pan to win. And I just added that little thing at the end. There are traps and stuff.
Well,
in
see,
it too.
that was misleading for me.
Oh, you didn't even know. But the thing is, though, too.
I don't know if any of this is even real anymore.
But it is based off of Candyland, so it's
Oh,
almost
it
the same.
is?
Yeah, it's like
Candyland.
So it is a board game.
yeah. No, I said it's true. It's a real board game.
Yes.
So Chris gets.
I'm just not paying attention
Chris
because
gets
I know
wowed.
that this is all fake.
Wait, but
Jo-
we both got it wrong, right?
No, Chris said true.
No, I said false.
What? I thought you said true.
I
no,
said
he
false.
said false.
I said false all the way. I said I want to believe it's true.
Oh, then I heard that. Well, okay, yeah, then I'll get the points. 200 points for Brandon. So far the score is 200. Carry the one. No, I'm kidding. 500 points for John. 800 points for me. 900 points for Chris.
Hey, look at
900
that.
points.
Wow.
Hey, anybody's game. Anybody's game.
Clearly.
You at home, anybody's game.
Clearly, because in the beginning it looked like you were going to win.
Exactly.
This is actually a really good game because, like, I don't know if he's going to write the wrong answer on purpose, and then just when you think something's real, it's not. That's
All
that's
right.
clever.
Pardon my yawn.
Let's go back to one-hit blunders.
All right.
One-hit blunders for 400. Rico Suave by Geraldo in 1990. Rico Suave by Geraldo in 1990.
Was it a hit? Or was it a flop?
Or did it not exist?
It's either it was a hit or it didn't
We've
exist.
got true. We've got false. We've got anyone else chime in? True. Rico Suave. I think you meant suave, but that's all right. We got true. Craftsman, go for it.
Wait, hold on. Let's give the people some.
Yeah. Give them some time. Well, I mean, our end is going to be delayed too, I think.
No.
No, it's right on time, right?
Mm-hmm. Sounds true. Was a hit. True.
Wow, that's confident.
That is
Bold
confident.
statement.
Bold statement, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out.
This is Brandon's Jeopardy.
I love the pop in the beginning.
Again, that was edited at 5:30 in the morning, so I couldn't fall asleep because I was so excited to do this today. So
where the details don't matter.
Like, again, if we haven't, if you're new here, this is our new podcast called The Family Table. Triple Addiction is our band, but we figured let's do something cool and awesome with our, Twitch stream. Like, let's throw something different into our cycle, and that's this podcast where we talk about everything: music, life, apparently fake board games.
exactly. So Kraus, true or false? For 400 points. 400 points.
Regardless of my answer, my heart says true, but my board says false.
Oh,
My
boy.
heart says true.
All the way.
Yeah.
It is true.
Woo!
It was number
I
7.
really don't want you to win.
It was number 7 on the Billboard charts. Number 7.
All right.
People kind of compare it to the nonsense of Ice Ice Baby. It's not the
me-
same, but it's people
not
kind of compare
me.
it to that.
Wanting to take any points by any means.
100% Latin mark.
Yeah, exactly. So I wrote down Katie. Katie got that one as somebody
Yeah.
different, and we'll give it to Mary. Mary and Katie.
Yeah.
Mary and Katie.
Mary said, "Let's hear it."
Yeah, because
Can you pull it up?
Yeah, you want me to pull it up?
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
pull it up. Let's
see if this-
Let's see what
By
we
This
my
is-
board, fake song is real.
Let's see.
Yeah, we got to
gotta-
hear it to know.
I should be
Or
playing
is all of this a lie? Are all of these made up?
You ready?
Turn it up. Good.
I wish we could pull up the video, but right now we can't. We will next time, though.
Oh.
Rico,
Yeah.
100% real.
suave. Rico, suave. Seguro que han oído que yo soy educado. Soy un caballerito, un chico bien portado, un joven responsable.
So that's real.
Latino Marky Mark.
Latino.
That's awesome.
Marky Mark.
That is, I never learned how to roll my R's in Spanish. I got nothing. You
I
know.
never heard that song either, but it's incredible.
All right. So who said true? John on that one?
Buy the vinyl. Go out there and get some Rico Suave. It's probably actually worth something. I'm sure to somebody out there it's worth
Yeah.
some money.
All right. So
Rico.
John, you got 400 points, man. You're like I think we're
Tied?
no, John and Chris are tied.
Oh,
Wow.
man.
See, that's what I'm
So
saying.
it's either we go down with the ship and let him win, but we both know that we can't let that
we
Joker win.
We still got the thousands on the board too. So
All right, let's do it. Let's
all right,
get through it.
let's do one. Let's do 1,000. All
All
right,
right.
you ready?
Here we go.
Super Zeros. Super Zeros. The greatest of them all. Dupe. He is strong enough to go toe-to-toe with Thor and can use his bass guitar to channel the lethal power of funk.
Dupe.
The greatest of them all.
Dupe.
Dupe. He is strong enough to go toe-to-toe with Thor and can use his bass guitar to channel the lethal power of funk. True and or false?
Jeez. The other thing.
I was gonna say
another
it's hard because the possible sound effect of a bass is dupe.
Fourth, fun fact. I also love comic books. Not like I used to. I don't collect them as much as, and all of us do. Like we're all into the MCU movies and all that stuff. But false. Nobody can go against Thor. False.
Well played.
But yeah. So this is like this, but this one. Because there's that Spider-Man that's out there. That's the punk rock Spider-Man that uses a guitar. We've got one for true, going against the grain. I like it, but
Over 3 falses.
In all caps too. Nice.
No clue,
But
but
yeah.
you say true anyway.
Stay
comic
true.
books are great.
Yeah.
Love a good Spider-Man comic book.
John, what do you
I have to go false. I hope there's no bass guitar villain out there.
you say false?
Yeah.
A bass guitar villain going toe to toe with the God of Thunder. Huge falls for me.
False. They both say false. It is 100% true.
What?
What?
It is true.
That's
It-
ridiculous.
it
Toe to toe with Thor?
He shoots lasers too. He
What?
is the number one.
I know that there is a guy out there though.
Yeah,
that can, like, fight people with funk.
He's an X-Men villain. Yeah, that's him right there.
That's him?
Little green guy with
Oh my
Or X-Men
gosh.
guy, yeah.
Thanks for throwing that in there. 'cause
and the actual. I had to pick it because when I saw it when I was making
Did
the
you
game.
know that before the game?
Yeah,
He's Joe Exotic. He's
Yeah.
got the tiger on the back. He's riding a
Yeah.
Harley.
yeah. If you guys want to see what he looks like, click the link in
No,
the
that's
in the
like
chat.
that's like Easy Rider, the movie.
I cannot believe
Mixed
this is
with-
real.
Yep.
What
Tiger
made them
King.
think that was
Captain America said that he's an alien from the Cold War. So
wow?
A lima bean bass guitarist.
he actually, and the description on there says, and he can use his bass guitar to channel the lethal power of funk. So I had to pick it.
No.
I had to pick it. So
And I know they get weird too, but I thought that was like, didn't they had like Staple Man?
I thought
you
that
know,
was
and
like you were-
Glue Guy, and so I was never like that was the early '50s when they were just like, oh, Cup
I'm
Glass
so happy he's
Brother, and
real.
like, oh, the Fork Master, and they were just picking up utensils and going, oh, this could
hey, are
be
you
a hero.
spoiling these other ones? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Isn't that crazy?
Let's keep going.
Because
Let's keep
you
going.
made it sound like it was something that you made up.
Once again, let us plug ourselves. Triple Addiction. We've got music out there, Spotify, everything. But this is on free Joe Exotic. But but Friday for us is going to be our family table hangout podcast.
And,
so
I'm hosting for today, but it's gonna cycle
It'll
through
change.
all three
the
of
host
us.
could be anybody.
Yeah.
So,
it could
um,
be you. I don't know. Oh.
we've got our
It's
music
not
out
gonna be
there, and give us a quick follow because we're trying to hit. Whoa. We're trying to hit down there 50 followers. Right now we're at 41. We only need
Right below this weird candle.
We only need 9 more people to follow us.
9, that's less than 10.
9 is less than 10.
Yeah.
And if we get that 50 mark, then we're going to be in good shape. So please help us out.
So to wrap up the score so far, Kraus is at 9.
9 what?
900.
There we go.
John is at 900. I am now at 1600.
Oh my! I see how this works.
I am at 1600. So, let's go back to let's do the 1,000 for one hit blunders.
Say we do a couple, go big or go home.
Yeah. So let's do one hit blunders for 1,000. Butterfly by Crazy Town in 1990. Butterfly by Crazy Town.
Any description of it?
1990.
No,
Nope.
nothing.
Just the song, title, and the year. True and or false.
I've never seen a show where the host could play.
Well, because you figure on Jeopardy, Alex Trebek must know everything.
No, he doesn't. I think he just sounds the part. Like,
He-
I
No,
like
he-
Alex Trebek, but he sounds the part.
He sounds the part, and he's heard all the questions, and because there's definitely been some repeats.
But
we know
how is it fair that the host can't win the game? You know, the money's out there. The
that.
host
Because
should-
he's already making money from hosting the show.
No. See, the thing is, I need the points. I need the points. You guys don't need the points. That's how it works.
That's how this game works. I
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah. That's how it works.
It's you convincing us that we don't want to win, so that you psych us out.
Exactly. So let's think this over.
Name the
This
title again?
is Brandon's Jeopardy.
1,000 points.
What's the song again? Give us
Did
the
you
song.
did you give a year?
Yes, I did. It is.
But he did say that there were no more.
no more tricks. No more tricks.
No more
So
tricks.
it's either the whole thing is true or the whole thing is false.
Okay.
Are you
So-
sure?
I'm.
Or do you not even know?
I don't know. No. Butterfly by Crazy Town in 1990. What do we got on here? Anybody?
Also, if you guys are rocking the no shave quarantine, let us know because
Oh,
me and the Craftsman are getting a little
I'm getting scraggly.
gross.
So,
And I found out I'm supposed to try and go back to work on Wednesday.
ooh,
So that's going to be awesome.
awesome.
Wearing a mask, and then you see these weird mutton chops.
You
on the
gotta
side.
cut them because the mask won't protect as well with when you have facial hair. That's why Jeff had to trim his.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
you can keep the goatee and the mustache, but you gotta trim the old.
It's all
sides.
about
I-
being
you know what?
patchy.
You know
all
what?
about the patches.
You know what? I'm going to wear a bandana. I'm not going to wear a mask. I'm going to wear a
Exactly.
if
bandana.
you have 3
Because
hairs
it's pretty
on
much
each,
the same thing.
if you have 3 hairs on each side of your cheek, that's a beard.
It is all about.
All
the
right,
patch.
so Chris, what'd you
Ooh,
say?
Almost revealed it.
Chris, what'd you say?
So
ahead.
I went with true.
I went with true.
True. It is true. Shocker, they never replicated that success again. Shocker. Yes, it is true. So what I'll do is I'll split the points up because I don't want to take all the points. But let's pull it up here.
Patchy the pirate. Wait, we've got ASU Thermo 1990 is incorrect.
Let's see.
What year is it?
They were saying like between 91 and 92, I think.
Oh, I know this song.
All right, so it is the year 2000. But honestly, you guys wouldn't have gotten it by the year anyway. So,
No, definitely not.
Yeah. So,
So-
what? So because of that blunder, I will split up the points 1,000 apiece.
And ASU Thermo gets 30 points.
30 points. So 500 for John, 500 for Chris.
Total bum.
Where the host doesn't know the answer.
No,
Couldn't do your research? Just a quick
Listen,
Google?
it was 5 a.m.
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. I was doing all this at 5 a.m. So, all right. Let's see. What do we got here? Let's do.
That's incredible.
Let's do another game night. Let's do another game
All
night.
right, let's do it.
We got 2 more game nights, and we have 1 more on Super Zero. So we
Okay.
got 3 left.
I can do that.
We got 3 left. All right. For game night, let's do the 600. 600 points for game night.
600.
PU, the game that smells. You and other players move around Odorville trying to guess the smells of the board. The player who guesses the most correct without passing out wins. It includes over 30 scratch and sniffs. True and or false. PU, the game that smells. You and other players move around the board, Odorville, trying to guess all the smells. The player who guesses the most correct without passing out wins. It includes over 30 scratch and sniffs. True and or false.
That's a trick right there.
That is a tricky one. There's so many clues where you could be like, that doesn't sound right, but then you're like, it could be.
It could be.
I haven't seen it
could not
on
be.
the shelves, but then again,
And that's the thing.
Walmart's a weird store.
What I wanted to do is, John, since he knows all the board games, I said, let me see if I could trip him up. Or let's see if he knows his stuff.
I love a good board game.
That's
I
a
really
good
do.
point.
False.
Because I was
scratch
thinking
and
the
sniffs
same.
dry out.
I was thinking the same thing.
But there are some games that, you know, like that incorporate Play-Doh for like kids.
Well,
that they dry out too.
Yeah.
You can't play the game.
And then there's like I remember what time period was it? I know it was definitely early 2000s when they had like movies come out and they had the scratch and sniff for it. It was like a handful.
That's what
of
I'm
movies.
thinking. You can only play one time.
Yeah, but again, it could be like 30 spaces.
But there are those board games
30
that
scratch
are like
and
the
sniffs.
what
no,
is it?
it's that early 2000s scam where they have you order stuff like more 3D glasses for the family for the DVD
Right.
or the VHS tape. It's like that type of thing.
Or
I
I
think.
was thinking it could be something like what was I thinking? Like, you know those games like the Escape the Room game? Like they sell them as a board game now? Like escape room board games? You can only really do it once, otherwise you kind of know.
Yeah, that's true. But it's a more complex story instead of smelling and trying not to pass out.
Yeah. All right, I got an answer.
All right, John, what do you got?
False. I don't think it's gonna work.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. I don't want to say true because I feel like I'd be way too embarrassed to say true.
It's true. It's
What?
it's a real game.
Oh my
It
gosh.
is a real game, and it's not my problem to figure out what happens after the 30 scratch and sniffs are done. So, it is a real game.
That game is a scam.
You can get it from Amazon for $20.
No, I lied because there is a game like that out there, Bean Boozled,
Yeah, that's
where
true.
it only comes with like 50 jelly beans, and it's either lawn clippings, toothpaste.
That's a great game. I gotta say.
But then it's only $5.
With Bean Boozled, has anybody played Bean Boozled before? If you have, let us know. But that game is
Who
gross, but
makes-
it's so much
Who
fun.
makes that scratch and sniff game
I'm
real quick?
looking it up right now.
Oh, cool.
Bean Boozled, my favorite two gross flavors. Like, there's the good flavors.
If
of
you
course.
had to choose.
If you had to choose the gross flavors, toothpaste and lawn clippings are awesome.
That's
I'd go
why I
for
said
those in a heartbeat.
So they have on here, they have 30 mystery smells, either good smells, stinky smells, or mystery smells. And it is actually at Walmart, too.
I remember Don't Spill the Beans, too.
For $68 at Walmart.
Wow.
And it's actually out of stock, so you can't get it.
Wow.
Maybe there was a problem with it. Maybe it was making kids pass out.
Yeah, well, that's what kind of
Try
tripped me
not-
up. I'm like, get
try
them
not
to
to
pass out.
Yeah,
that
like,
seems
why
a little.
Like, there's a lawsuit coming with that board game.
Yeah, so it's...
That's probably why it's
all
not
right,
being
let's
sold
keep-
anymore.
let's
That's
keep it
true.
rolling.
So I won't give myself the points for that one. I'll let that one slide a
Well,
little
why
bit.
don't you split them between us?
No, because you guys got it wrong. That's not fair.
All right, fine.
Nothing about this game is fair. Let's do the 1,000-pointer for the board games. 1,000-pointer. Board games.
Do you have one last
1,000.
question?
Yeah, after this.
Okay.
So,
So 2 more
2 more.
for those of you guys out there.
Because you want to end on like the mediocre one, which is the 400 points?
No,
400
I
points
end on
for
the 1,000 one.
Nah.
Okay, all right.
Right, or do you want to?
No,
I-
because it might. Well, no, you don't end on the 1,000 because it's like such a.
All right.
It's
yeah,
such a
let's
knockout
do it.
punch that
Yeah.
you could be like, I was that close.
Exactly. So for 1,000 points for the games, don't touch that. A strategy game where 4 players work their way around the art museum as a team to collect as many items as you can without being caught. Be very, very quiet. There's security watching everywhere. True or false? The title got you, right?
It's a title with the delivery.
The delivery of the title is great. Can you say it again?
Don't touch that.
No, you said it better
It
before.
was better. Don't
Oh,
worry
that's
about it.
alright.
Watch the video again, because you can do that.
Here, I'll do it one more time.
No, don't ruin it.
It's okay.
Brandon has like okay. Again, my whole life relates back to Seinfeld. But
Is it a real quick before I make an
Yeah.
educated guess? Is it a video game or a
No,
board game?
board game. These are all board games.
Seinfeld in my life is a big thing. Anyway, the way you were saying it was like Kramer's movie phone.
Yeah.
You have reached movie phone. Why don't you tell me the movie that you like to go see? No, but also Brandon doesn't know when to ride out on a high note, and that's like George Costanza. Doesn't know when to ride out on a high note. He just keeps the joke rolling. Gotta end on the high note. You
I
said
know,
don't
I know.
touch that. It was great the first time.
Yeah.
That's
Rewatch the video,
incredible.
people. Rewatch.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing too. Like, give you some time to answer for all the people who are watching. A lot of these, whatever we do live stream, they're going to be on the actual Twitch. So if you go back and go to our channel,
We're also going to get them up on Spotify, too. So if
And
you're
our
driving in the
website.
car,
Yeah.
you know, and you want to just chill and listen to some people ramble, then
Go
we're
back
going to
and
have this
listen.
podcast. Or if you missed it, you know,
exactly.
not talking to you people, but just say you copped out early, you had to get to your great aunt's 30th birthday party.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How does
And
that
you
make
had-
sense?
I don't know. You get
Must
the
be
idea.
young.
Yeah.
She's really young.
All right.
Everybody was
So the
Oh.
game,
The jerk store.
the jerk
they
store
are
called and
running
they're
out
running
of-
out of you.
strategy game where 4 players work their way around the art museum as a team to collect as many items as you can without being caught. Be very, very quiet.
I'm
There's
going
security
with-
watching everywhere.
With
John,
false.
false,
I am going with true because that is a phenomenal marketing strategy.
true, and or false. What do we have on here? It
We
is.
have a lot of people saying true.
It is false.
Yeah.
It is false. That is not a real game.
I'm gonna make that though.
Yeah.
That's a fantastic
Isn't that,
idea for
isn't
a
that
game.
awesome? Isn't that awesome?
Going
That's
around
so
a
good.
museum,
Just stealing some art.
stealing some art.
Do your art, baby.
Do your art. Get your art.
See, for all the people that said true, I would like to know what kind of made it true. And the thing is, break the safe. That's where I kind of got the,
Yeah, I
the
figured.
inspiration from.
Great
for that.
game. Break the
So,
safe.
But it's
Yeah.
like when I hear "don't touch that" as a board game or
The
something.
delivery kind of just.
It's like what they used to have as a it's not a game, but it's like a child's thing where like you go to a magic show in the early 90s or late 2000s, even though
the
I
heck
wasn't.
are you talking about?
I, no,
talking.
I know what he's saying.
It's like it's
Keep
a hit-
going.
See, you just gotta follow along. But it's like they have a container and it's like a hidden flap that you stick your hand into and you have to guess what's in it.
Yeah.
That's where I see the game going. But how do you fit like containers like this size in a box?
Yeah.
You can't. That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it would be. But then you start to go about a museum and I'm like,
Yeah. Isn't that a great concept though for a game?
Yeah.
Good description, right?
Yeah.
Journalism skills. All right.
that's what that degree's for, baby.
All right. So far we have I'm at 1,600 points. John, wow. John, you're at 2,100 points.
Yes, I am.
2,100. And Kraus? Oh my God, look at that. You're also at 2,100 points.
Oh, you did that, didn't you?
Look at that. Oh,
I'd like to see this score at the
Wow.
end of it.
2,100 points.
That's
This is
incredible.
this is for all the marbles. And you know
How
what?
did that happen that I just climbed 1,100 points?
And you know what? Just the handicap, I'm also at 2,100
No,
points.
you're not.
No.
Get out of here.
Stop.
So this is the last question.
Let's
Oh,
do
I
it.
get it. That everyone, like, I probably passed that, right? And so everyone reaches that 2,100 mark.
No, you're way below. Actually, no, you're not. You're not way below. You're at
No, but
like
it's like whoever gets like 20 to 2,100 first, they don't keep climbing in points.
Yeah.
They just stop.
You were actually at 1,100 points.
All right,
So-
let's do it.
So
All right.
Let's do
for
it.
Yeah.
for all the marbles of 400 points,
Let's do it.
Super Zeros is the final category.
All right.
Super
It's that close.
Zeros. Let me get the. And you guys ready at home? This is gonna be a doozy.
Take a deep breath.
Watch out! Mr. Candy Cane comes out every other Christmas to spoil the holiday cheer of the Justice League. He uses his candy cane to beat the bah humbug into our lovely heroes. Mr. Candy Cane comes out every other Christmas to spoil the holiday cheer of the Justice League. He uses his candy cane to beat the bah humbug into our lovely heroes. What do you think?
Sounds delicious.
This is Brandon's Jeopardy!
So,
All right, what do we got?
What
do we got?
What are people saying here?
On the Mr. Candy Cane, true or
True.
false?
True?
Remember,
Truth?
it's every other Christmas. Just because he feels like it.
Yeah, exactly. What do we got? Anybody else? Any other takers? Anybody who hasn't commented yet who wants to participate?
Sorry,
Anybody else?
my bad. You said he wants to defeat the Justice League.
Yes.
Or basically knock the bah humbug back.
Beat the bah humbug.
Beat the bah humbug back into them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mom says she quits. So
Why is that all underlined? That's kind of cool.
I think because she put .lol, so it's
So
almost...
it's trying to find a URL.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
You
quite-
are a loser.
That's quite an alliteration.
Mm.
Good job. Writing that one, Brandon. False.
He says false. What do you say there? What says Krausman for all the marbles?
Like, I know that Marvel gets weird, but I just had to go with true. At the slight possibility he might be true.
Either Chris wins or
Every
John
other
wins.
Christmas?
Or do I win?
Every
other Christmas, he's busy that other Christmas. He only wants to defeat them once every 2 years.
Hey,
All right, go for it.
it's what I read in my own mind. It is false.
Woo!
It is false. Mr. Candy Cane is not real. Yeah, no, the every other Christmas I thought would have. I thought it was a little funny.
Like, I thought it was
he
so
comes,
funny.
He comes and beats the Justice League every other Christmas.
Well, he's busy making
know
some
what?
candy canes, you know?
It's like in the beginning I wanted to defeat the dealer, but now I wish that I would have seen the dealer win.
Exactly, right?
Or is that what you want me to think?
So,
That's how tricky this game is.
This is a tricky game.
John
I'm
wins.
not rooting for this clown in the end.
John wins with 2,500 points.
What do I get?
Wow.
You get to leave. No. Yeah, so I really do hope you guys enjoyed that game. It took actually a lot of thought. You know, I hope you guys enjoyed the game
No,
too.
that was great. That was awesome.
Like
Yeah,
at first,
that was
like
well
I'm
done.
like, these are a lot of questions, but that actually went
This
by
is gonna
pretty
be-
quickly.
So again, you know, anybody that's new or you guys have been here, so thanks for sticking with us. Of course, all of our links. If you go to info.
Well, we do have one more thing that we're gonna.
No, of course.
Yeah.
I know. I figured we'd end on that.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Right.
Ooh, we got a little surprise. So stick around. Hold on. Let me just finish up here.
We've got all of our links you can check out. If you're on a phone right now, go to info and you'll find all of our links there. If you're on a computer, scroll right below and you'll see it. We've got a website, we've got merch, we've got our music is everywhere. Triple Addiction, tripleaddiction.com.
Mm-hmm.
This is our Twitch channel, but usually we do music, but we decided today to do a podcast, start a podcast. So thank you for sticking around for our first podcast. Woo! Yeah, give yourselves a round of
And thank you guys
applause.
for letting me host it too.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, like
That
I said,
he's
this was,
good at this stuff.
This was always a dream of mine to kind of do a podcast with my brothers. So I'm happy that we finally got to do this. And even too, if you like the game, we'll do it again too sometime.
Hold on, I have
Another
a quick
time.
question to answer. How did Kraus get so good at that silly wheeled skateboard?
Broken bones.
Like I said, I'm mediocre at everything. If
Exactly.
I was so good,
Oh,
I'd
he's
be
talking
doing
about
jumps.
he's talking about the other
the
one.
ripstick.
The ripstick.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what he's saying.
that's
Oh,
what I'm
okay,
saying.
okay.
Yeah.
Because if I was really, really good, I'd be going backwards. I'd be going off ramps. I can only do flat ground.
That's it.
Mediocre. Like I said.
It's,
All right,
it's great.
All together?
Well, no. So what we're gonna do is, Chris came up with this idea for us to kind of end the show on like a high note. You know, it's gonna be our
Musician of the Week.
That's
Check
right,
that out.
everybody.
Look at that. Look at that. And it's right over Brandon. You know why?
Bam.
Because I'm a cow.
All right, let's show the Chris.
Chris, you want to introduce the what they're about to see here? Give it a little background.
I think that the first one speaks for itself.
Yeah?
This guy has only been playing for like 5 days.
It's the Musician of the Week. Here we go.
Check that out.
Oh man,
Look at that.
That little guy walk.
look at him go.
Look at that.
Musician of the week.
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 There we go.
So
To end on a high note.
little animal clip, little animal clip for
We'll
you guys.
have our musician of the week. It'll be every week for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
I worked too hard on this to not use that ever again.
Exactly.
So we're
So-
going to make that happen.
Go try and make it happen once a week.
So
And
like
if you guys like that musician of the week, please.
Because there are a lot of talented animals out there, but man,
they get no recognition.
they get no recognition. It's always those dang humans that are getting the recognition. It's those. We need like the animals out there.
Exactly.
They gotta get their foot in the door somehow. Hopefully, we could be that for them.
Exactly. Or their paw and or flipper or hoof.
In the
Or-
door.
Hoof or flipper.
Their hoof.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
like always, thanks guys for checking us out, and please
Thank you so much.
stay tuned for all the future Triple Addiction
We'll
stuff.
be on.
and,
Actually, we'll be on Sunday, right?
Yeah.
Or no, Sunday's Easter. Enjoy
that's
your
right.
Easter.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Tuesday next week we will see you
I
guys
was
on
I was
Tuesday.
thinking about doing something on Easter, but you know what? It's family time.
Yeah.
Spend that time with your family. We'll make like a short little video or something.
All
all
right.
right, cool guys. We'll see,
See
ya.
ya.
Bye.
At the family table. So please come on in. When your work is done, go ahead and wash your hands. Gather around with everyone, making memories round this 9-foot pie. No other place can ease your mind like a family table.